but that's going to make no difference to anyone's life. Okie dokie. And we're also going to be covering self-development stuff. But it's going to be a lot less mindset, just what you need as part of your personality arsenal in order to succeed in life. Yeah. I would comfortably argue, since I succeed in all aspects of life, so I'm just going to teach you guys how to do it as well. Wonderful. Now, is there anything that you guys liked that you have experienced that you would like to see more of? To some extent, anything you dislike that you'd like to see less of? Leo.
More mindset.
Next. Yeah, Marcus.
More roleplay.
Dinia.
I think something similar to yesterday's lesson that was more interactive, and maybe encouraging us to somehow allow it to teach in our own way. And also lessons about like 25 laws and how to improve ourselves based on our personalities and what would work for each of us.
Marcus. Nothing, Marcus?
Oh, I said objection handling. That's it.
Objection handling.
Yeah, objection handling.
Anything else? Nick?
I would say negotiation as well.
Paulina, Heide.
Good. I think we could do more about like service delivery and like building those stuff, but I don't know if that would be better like once you close a client.
Well, for you, I'll put that at the top of the list. I'll just put it at the top of the list. Yeah. Wonderful. Anything else? Yeah, Thomas?
Yeah, coming across with more authority when you're speaking to like clients or prospects.
Wonderful. Leo?
Frame control.
Nicholas?
Yeah, so let's say there are some systems and processes which isn't relevant enough for you to create a school video for it, but it's still relevant. Then would you be able to go over it on the call?
I have no idea what you said, Nicholas.
Yeah, so let's say there is a system or a software which is not relevant enough for creating a
automations.
Yeah, basically.
Endurance.
Dive into more like how to pull pain, like questioning wise.
Group.
Socratic questioning.
Question. One second. Our paralyzed man said something which was what he said. I almost finished revalidating. Nice. Igor.
How to put the prospect into the place without like going over the top?
Marcus. Yeah.
Yeah, presentation skills and storytelling.
Wonderful. Paulina.
So Kian showed us today how to send like Stripe links and invoices and stuff like that. So maybe just make videos, like extra videos about that, like setting the client up and like ways to contact them and stuff like that.
Mr. Frolic.
Hiring processes and how to go about that.
Wonderful. Nicholas.
Yeah, so adding on what Paulina said, maybe like have some videos creating a SOP in the overall view. So like short videos, which together make a SOP, like a standard operating procedure. So for example, with yeah, so he mentioned how to create a Stripe invoice. That's the overall part of, for example, the closing part. So having videos for each step in order for you to get them onboarded, for example.
Wonderful. Mr. Tree.
Reading people on a deeper level.
So difficult. But actually, we can do it.
Awesome.
Mr. Group.
Just closing.
I say grew. I said he wants to know how to close. Is that everything? Wonderful. Pretty easy. My love.
Maybe like a little bit more on client management.
Cool. Wonderful. Wonderful. Easy stuff to do. All easy stuff to do. But Aslan.
Positive, negative report.
Now, would you guys be against a voting system before calls happen where there's 3 topics and it's done by vote and the call is taken through priority of votes? Friday?
I think it's cool.
Nice. Anyone disagree?
Can you repeat?
Where, as an example, we have negotiation, automation, presentations. That gets put up. And what gets voted gets picked.
Okay.
So, Paulina, you have an issue with it?
No, but I think like if we do it every day, some of the topics could get repeated. So maybe just have like one day where we get to choose a topic.
Okay.
And that's like a fun, I don't know.
Igor?
So maybe only allow a certain topic to repeat itself 3 times a week or something. So
there's 4 sessions per week outside of FAQ.
well, I meant like in general. So like, yeah.
Okay. Nicholas?
Yeah, and also maybe make sure that the ones that necessarily don't get the most votes still have a session sometime in the future.
Of course. Ethan?
I think the hive mind would be too stupid sometimes. And that's myself included.
So Ethan believes all of you guys are retarded and will direct it the wrong way. Leo?
Will there be in the future comparable to the 48-hour call?
Oh, you want to do another 72-hour call?
Yeah, there was a lot of value.
No, that the amount of lines that were crossed on that call. Yes. For those of you who don't know, we held a 72-hour call, right? And then while a bunch of it was useful, we delved into topics we did not want to delve into, covering and teaching.
I remember.
And
But will it be-
I heard somewhere that some student got waterboarded.
No, I don't remember that part. I honestly don't remember that part. No one got waterboarded. And upon not remembering that, Leo, I don't think we're going to have another 72-hour call.
Okay. And what's even about wasn't there like a mastermind like in this end December?
Yes, people have been met.
Oh,
Yeah. Right now we're focusing on other stuff rather than masterminds because you guys are lazy. So that will be done again in the future. Do not worry. Mr. Tree.
I got another request. Maybe do more call reviews from people who are actually closing, so we can just see what we need to do. Because otherwise, if we do like call reviews from people who are not closing, we're not learning that much.
I actually think,
But for example, sorry,
you learn a lot more.
Yes, I learned a lot from, for example, the Jews call review.
Oh, the Jew.
Yes.
Okay. I'll get it organized. Osman, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
I hope we didn't disturb you this Wednesday.
No, he didn't.
Very good. Leo.
Is it also a possibility to maybe watch one of your sales calls, discovery phase, pain digging, but not of people who are on this mentor program?
I'll do this then. You guys are gonna have to remind me. We can roll a wheel, and I'll take sales calls for some of you guys so you can see. Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful. Obviously, if you're lazy, your name's not getting put on the list. If I consider you to be a lazy human being, but then we can record the calls and then we can review the calls. That's actually quite a nice, easy way to do it. Okay, just remind me to get that done, and I'll get that done. Anybody have any more questions? No more suggestions. Wonderful. Let me just send the voice note to Kian. Kian, also either yourself or I, let's take some sales calls in different niches and just close to show these guys how to close. Like, we'll tell the client it was a joke. Sorry, I needed to close you for, teaching people, but thank you for your time. I think it'd be a great idea, actually. Cool. Yeah, so we'll do that, but we'll close and then not close. Wonderful. Okay. Anything else? Great. We can crack on. Should we do some mindset? Raise your hand if you'd like to do some mindset before the new year. Okie dokie. Borderline, everyone. Wonderful. So, kick it off. Someone bring up a topic. I'm happy to talk about it. Let's go with Ish. Let's truly hit depression. Fadi, talk to me.
I think my only point that's gonna be stopping me, which is freaking get on the cold calls and make it a daily habit. I really want to make this happen, and I'm thinking my way that's gonna be happening. So, but since I have not done it, it feels like that moment is gonna come, and I'm gonna be like, fuck, I'm just not gonna do it, or like I would just pass through different shit. But I'm speaking from a mindset where like I'm a different person at the moment, especially that I'm like, there was a process that has been holding me away from doing this. I was like kind of sold to other businesses. It's just like crazy story. I've said some stuff over WhatsApp, but it doesn't matter because you don't have your phone anymore. But
such a shame. Oh no. Oh, wish I
but
got.
the thing is, I'm well done over it. Like, and I'm into the process of having my visa on my business. So like, I basically claimed myself again, and there's nothing gonna be stopping me to be 100% focusing on the business. But I mean, I can't talk a lot unless I just wake up the other day and be like, hey, I just cracked up.
So guys, this is what you need to do. Yeah. Fadi, I understand your question, right? I don't know why you're covering yourself, right?
Did I mute myself, or was I muted all of the time?
You muted yourself just at the end.
How?
I don't know. but we understand the process. I think I get you. The issue is the 300 cold calling, right? Like your issue is kicking off the cold calling, yes?
Yeah.
Perfect. The reason for that is you put too much stress on the cold calling. You've created a demon in your head because of what comes as a result of the cold calling. You're connecting it to the end result, but it's its own thing. Fundamentally, all you have to do is pick up a phone or just press a button and go high level. That's all you have to do, right?
Correct.
Right. But now you've painted the picture as though it's bigger than what it is. You have to recognize that you work for yourself, and would you allow your employees to tell you it's difficult, or would you tell them get the fuck to work?
I mean, there's an end result, so it's obviously possible.
If you paid someone to do hourly, they wouldn't struggle. So why are you struggling? If I paid you hourly to do cold calling, you'd do it, no?
You know, the thing is, Ismail, that I've used to do cold calls. Like I've used to do 100 connected cold calls a day when I used to work at a real estate company.
But it's now connected to you. That's why you're struggling with it. You have to disconnect it and just press the button. It's not a big demon. Men have gone to war, killed each other, battled, killed other people. Do you think that's more difficult, or pressing the button for cold calling? Yeah. You have created, and for the bulk of you create demons in your head, and you make them a lot bigger than what they are. What you need to do is say, I'm a stupid caveman. I press button. I'm too stupid to think. And then you press button. It works. Recognize that all you have to do is press a button. There's no thinking required. You're a stupid person. Draw a picture while you do it. Like just draw a picture. Buy a paint supply if you want, and paint a picture. Put your focus on that, and just keep pressing the button to call. And when people answer, you're speaking. That's all you're doing. You're not trying to convince anyone for anything. You're just trying to find out if people have problems. You're not trying to book calls. You're just calling people and seeing who needs help. That's it. Remove the KPIs, remove what you need to do, remove the end result. You're just doing a job, and just get the job done. Remove all pressures around it. Make sense?
Yeah, I'll draw the picture and I will call myself stupid maybe and keep pressing the button.
Yes. Wonderful. I have a solution for what you're doing. I'll speak to Kian. Let me say this actually. Cool, wonderful. Paulina.
So I just started reading The Courage to Be Disliked, and there's no?
No, great book. Carry on.
Okay. And there's two ideas at the beginning that I don't understand. So the first part, I think it says something about how you're unable to change only because you're making the decision not to change, but I don't understand how. It said something about how you set unconscious goals or something, and you say, oh, I want to do this, but you can't because your goal is something else. And I just don't understand why, if you want to change or do something, you self-prejudice or set or have another internal goal that does not allow you to reach your other goal. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Can you give me the page number?
I think it's the first 10 pages or 20. I don't have it right now, so.
By the way, guys, I don't mind if this call is going to take longer. Not that I'm going to miss you guys. I won't. I'll forget you exist. Except for the ladies. Ladies always in my head. So give me a second. And this call will go longer.
It's the first part where it talks about Adlerian psychology.
Oh, that shit.
Yeah.
Yes. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. Fundamentally, what it's saying, I believe, and then we can go into it. It's basically the idea that everything that we do is not dependent on us, but it's dependent on other people, which is indicative to say that if we were the only people living on this world alone, we would do things completely different to how we do it now, because our own thoughts and decisions are based on those that surround us because we care for their purview. Does that make sense? The only reason you want to make money is it's connected with so many people. Remove the people, what's the point of making money? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But then it's basically highlighting that everything is connected to other people, and there's a good chance you're not doing what you want to do. You're doing it for other people. And if you're doing it for other people, you won't be motivated to do it. Or there will be no unconscious desire to do it because you're not doing it for the right reason. Make sense?
Yeah. But then, like, how do you overcome, or like, how do you pass that?
It's by recognizing what you're doing and why you're doing it. Does that make sense?
But there's many people who understand that they're not doing something and they want to change, but they can't.
But then you have to ask yourself why you're not doing it. What is stopping you? Who is stopping you? Because it's most likely a who rather than a what.
But most of the time it's yourself. Like, you're stopping yourself from doing it.
Yes, but why, what, and why? What is stopping you and why are you being stopped? Yes, it's not you who's doing the work, but what are you fearing from work happening?
The thing is that it also says that you fabricate your own emotions.
Of course.
Like that you, yeah, so then if you're fabricating them, like, how do you unfabricate them? Or
by recognizing what you're doing. When you cry in a group of people, you're not crying, you're crying in a group of people. Why? And what relevance does a group of people have to you crying? When you're with a partner and you want to cry, or get angry, or get happy, or express a type of emotion, what are you doing and why are you doing it? There's a reason behind it. I think the book makes reference to anger, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only reason to be angry, it's with a purpose. It's to show the other people that you're capable of damage to an extent, or expressing how you feel, like one of the two. But you are not actually angry. You're just utilizing the emotion to show how you feel. It's emotion is simply an expression. So we utilize emotions to express how we feel, whether about ourselves internally or externally, and it's to show our tribal social surroundings what's happening. As an example, back in the day, if there was, let's say, lions on the loose, obviously if my people were in the tribe, there's no fear, but most of you didn't have my people in the tribe. So there needed to be a way to express the emotion that lions are there. Make sense? So there was a purpose behind the expression. But now, when you express yourself through emotion, what are you actually trying to achieve? Once you recognize that, you can then start to control the emotion. And it's not directly linked, but it's heavily linked to not Socratic. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a type of mindset. The philosopher's mindset. I forgot the name for it. Does someone remember?
Growth mindset?
No, it's a way of thinking life. Starts with an S. Oh fuck. Starts with an S. Is no one's brain working here today?
Maybe Carl Jung.
No, it's not Carl Jung. I'm talking about like back in the day philosophy. Yeah, Aristotle. Yeah, Stoic. Thank you. Humio, the smartest among us. Yes, it's very related to ideology and Stoic thinking, where there's a great example where someone was going, a philosopher was going to have their head chopped off by the emperor, but he was not upset, and the emperor was confused. He says, "Look," and the philosopher said, "You can decide whether or not I get my head chopped off. I understand, but you cannot decide or control how I feel about it. I will go there with ease because I am in charge of how I feel about the situation." And that's like, there we go, right? I will die with a smile because you can control that aspect of me. But then it's recognizing, why do you behave the way that you behave? Why do you get depressed? Why do you cry? Why do you lash out? Why do you get angry? A good chunk of you males here get angry for no reason. Why do you get angry? Where does the pent-up anger come from? You deal with that, the anger stops. Right? It's the same with overly neurotic behavior. There'll be reasons to why you're overly neurotic. Go to the core, you can start to control it. And you can start to recognize why you act the way you act. And more often than not, it's out of turn. The only issue is you're going to have to go quite far back into your past. And most people are unable to do so. right? Like I'll give a brief example. I was speaking with a lady. I'd say her father was there, but her father wasn't there. He killed himself when she was 8, right? And she had asked to be therapized. And she's like, do a therapy thing on me. Yeah. And I was able to highlight to her that she has full blocks in order to protect herself to not feel that emotion. Right? You need to go past all the blocks that you control or that you have built in order to defend yourself, in order to see where they come from. It's not an easy thing. But you have to go to the core of everything. I believe we tried to have a session a while ago, but then we were interrupted. No? Yeah. If you want, we can try again, but it's not easy. And it's very hard to be open with yourself when you've built something to hide from yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but then how do you know you like hid something from yourself?
By going repeatedly hitting your own walls until you break through. And more often than not, you'll figure it out and then you'll forget it. You'll feel it and then you'll forget it, because your brain is made to forget it.
So it's just like breaking all of what you're usually like used to doing.
Yes. Like you have self-defense mechanisms that are built for purpose. You have to like break those things. Like I can break people's like self-defense barriers, and you need to be able to do it to yourself if you want to go deep. Like everyone on this call has trauma one way or another. Get to the core of it, and then you can start functioning quite nicely. But then the book is, or that part is pretty much saying you are not in control. You may think you're in control. You may think you're in control, but you're not. But then it can be triggered. Like you can trigger it out of people. Because if you hit hard enough and you say the right words, it like breaks the walls. Does that answer your question? No, not really.
Kind of, but yeah.
Yeah. If you can think on how to redirect and go deeper, we can go for it. Alberto.
Yes, I had a question about like feeling like you have a lot of. It's about prioritizing like what we do, like how to organize our time and do all the work that has to be done.
Nice and easy. You're going to work with me through it. Yeah? Now, if you can't think of anything, you can exaggerate just to make up, just so I can explain. Right? Wonderful. So let me just share my screen. I make too many marrow boards. Wonderful. So, Alberto, tell me 10 things that you need to do, either business or personal, just shit you need to get done.
Studying for school.
Yeah.
Outreach on Instagram, and then LinkedIn connections. And then also
take your time.
Reading.
Yep. Alberto, you're fucked because right now this takes 30 minutes. Maximum it takes 1 hour. This takes 10 minutes.
Also, like right now, I'm spending a good amount of time on like building workflows in Go High Level, and also writing copy for ads.
We can scratch it out. We can scratch it out next.
Editing videos.
Why are you doing stuff that doesn't do anything to the business? Building wealth
It's like
flows, it's not direct cash. Copy is not direct cash. Yeah, it's called ChatGPT. You can utilize ChatGPT properly. Done. What videos are you editing?
Really? Okay.
What videos are you editing?
What videos? Oh, it's a client's videos that we're using for landing page. It's like a VSL.
Yeah, but it doesn't take that long.
Okay.
And if it's taking you too long, someone else should be doing it. Yeah, focus here, focus here. That's where the money is.
Just
Right?
on prospecting?
Yes, and getting more, finding out other methods and utilizing other methods in order to prospect. Rather than fucking around with all this stuff, put money, you can do LinkedIn automation. Yeah, you can have more accounts on Instagram. You can be spending time warming them up so that you can utilize them. Make sense?
Yes.
And that would result in more bookings, which will result in more money. If it does not generate any cash, tell it to fuck itself. On the basis
So,
of
like,
a business, yeah.
Like how long in terms of the cash coming in should you judge if it's worth it or not?
What do you mean?
Like, for example, if you do something and it gives you cash like in a month, is that still worth it, or should you focus on like shorter term, like booking a meeting?
Everything. But look, common sense dictates. Because IG is slow to ship, right? If it takes you 1 month, you can either, because the way it works is there's a latency period. So for 1 month, it's nothing, and then it goes up, right? And then it stays up. As long as you keep the messaging going, right, it will stay up. So just because the latency lasts 1 month, it will only be for 1 month on the basis that systems do not turn off.
Okay.
And then all you have to do is get more accounts and do more numbers. Do you disagree?
No.
Yeah, and in the big scale or picture of things, having multiple accounts that need 1 month to warm them up for a month, get rid of the latency period, and then you've got more outreach happening, which is more calls booked.
Okay, thank you.
If you do not see dollar bills, do not touch it. Right? You are not getting shit from writing copy. Because the copy is benign due to algorithms, unless you're doing it for a VSL. Yeah. Cash. Leo.
I had a question about journaling, so I wanted to start it a bit because my emotions are just all over the fucking place. And so, what exactly and how exactly should you journal when regarding your emotions? To track why you're having emotions, what exactly should you write down? What path should you use?
Common sense. No common sense. This is Leo's brain. Realistically, I would actually put this there.
Yeah.
Right? What is conscience is this spot. Right?
Yeah.
You need to journal to go all the way down here. And every day you're going deeper. Every day you're asking why. Every day you're saying, what did I do? How did it affect me? How did it make me feel? It's journaling is you utilize it as a point of self-understanding and a way to orchestrate your thoughts.
And where do you start from?
Just talk about your day. I've got an example here. I was in the mood to write. Let me see if I can reveal anything. Thing is, I write in poetry. So when I journal, I do it in poem fashion.
How?
Huh?
How? I don't even get it in English.
Pardon?
I don't even get it done in English. How are you doing poetry at the same time?
Use my brain.
I don't have one.
You see, I utilize journaling to do two things, right? One is thought, right? Express my thoughts. But for me, poetry allows me to say a sentence that is much deeper than what people think. Right? So what it means is one sentence can be multi-layered and you can go deep, and it is subject to the reader, not the right to read on what is interpreted. Right? Let me see. Thing is, I don't think it was useful me saying it, because then you're gonna just try to write poetry.
No, I won't try it.
It's all about going deeper and utilizing words that allow you to go deeper. That is the whole point. It's not about journaling your day. It's understanding what, why, and how does it make you feel. And then why does it make you feel that way? What is that related to?
Is it normal that in the beginning you're finding out nothing?
Yeah, perfectly fine.
Okay. Because like I was asking why, and like I got so stupid response, just yeah, because I was in the mood, and like why, I don't know. And I didn't know what to write down.
Now, as an example, let's say you did cold calling, right? What was the result? Right? How did that make you feel? Why did it make you feel that way? Let's say you didn't do your calling, right? So the result is 0.
Yes.
Why didn't you do your calling? What went through your head? Why did it go through your head? How did that loop round to no calling?
Also, it's normal that it goes in loops.
Yeah, of course. Like you don't go fucking straight down when it comes to this shit. Yeah. Like when it comes to finding yourself out, you go down, then you go back up, then you go down, then you realize, fuck, I forgot this over here. Oh, more shit here, more shit here, more shit here, more shit here. Every time you go back down.
I see.
Yeah, it's like it's a whole fucking mess. There is no one way it goes down.
Okay. Makes it more clear. Okay. I will just continue questioning my thoughts.
Yes. But
Okay.
an easy way to say is why. Just keep saying why, and try your hardest to go deeper. And if you can't, that's okay. Right?
Okay.
And if there's a day where you are you didn't really do much and there's not much to talk about, journal about the relationship that you have with your father, maybe with your mother, how you view women, how people view you, how you view yourself. It doesn't have to be just about the day. It can be about topics.
Mm-hmm. And how much time should you allocate to it? Like 50 minutes, 30 minutes?
Until you're done.
But for example, there's no done, because you can go up, down, like
exactly.
You could spend weeks doing that.
You'll know when you're done. If you feel the need to write more, write more. If it's not long, it's not long.
Okay.
And if you don't have time to finish a conclusion, you can carry on another day.
Okay. Yeah, I would try that. Thank you.
Wonderful. Let me see this cue. Marcus?
I'm dealing with is that I just get really bored after like 3-4 hours of cold calling. So how do I deal with that?
Whenever I'm doing cold calling, I make a picture, I print it out, I whip out my highlighters, and I color in the picture while I'm cold calling.
Yeah, because I'm trying to play like games in between.
Games is too distracting.
Okay.
Maybe not for you. For me, it was too distracting.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Sometimes
go for it.
It's not like really active games, but something like a lot like card games, such as I forgot the name, but or like that these wood kind of games. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like
the simple stupid games you play on your phone.
Yeah.
Don't play anything that requires any complex thoughts, such as puzzles. Don't play anything that is time sensitive. Do not play multiplayer. Make it nice, simple, stupid. An example would be don't play Flappy Bird, because you can't die. Right? The whole purpose is to get the game going.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But there's that game that you can play where like there's a thing here and it's got like a frog underneath. And you like cut the string. Right? Don't remember the fucking name of that game. That's a game you can play because when someone answers, you just stop cutting the string.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know how Candy Crush works, but I don't think there's a timer on Candy Crush, so you can play Candy Crush.
No, and would you advise, like, because I can do like 2-hour spells, and I just take a break of half an hour, and then I continue. And
Do
do
not
another block.
take 5-minute breaks. What I recommend is do it in 1 hour increments and do either a 5-minute break or a 15-minute break, depending. But make sure you're calculated within the break. Do not go to your phone because that will fuck you up. Have a pre-calculated break that cannot distract you, right? If you want to pick up a book, read. Make it a calculated process where it just takes your brain away. You can chill, and then you can get back. Opening up a phone, opening up apps is most likely going to result in you not going back to your fucking timer.
Yes, exactly. Okay, thank you.
Nick.
Yeah, how would you get out of your comfort zone? Because I don't know exactly what to do about it. And also I feel like I have a sort of an imposter syndrome. Because I want to do that, but then it's days when I want to do that, and then it's days when I have different values. It's not actually values. All right. Sorry, let's make it more simple. Let's say I want to spend time with my family, and that's a value of mine, right? But also I want to have my own business. And then, for example, 2-3 weeks pass, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I don't want to have my business anymore. I can just generate money in different ways. That's my thought of process. So I don't know how to get rid of it.
Look, when it comes to business, you have to sacrifice. Like this, in fact, it's sacrifice. Business is all about sacrifice. There's no in between. Hypothetically, let's say I'm currently taking 5 chicks out on dates right now. Yeah. I may be in a position where I recognize that I can't be taking them out on dates because I got shit that I need to do. So what I need to do is I got to cut them all off. Because it's so high reward, you will not win unless this is what you do.
Then how you make yourself so hungry to do it? Till you didn't taste that, because now you have a taste of it, so you know exactly what that looks like. But till you taste that, how you can, I don't know, make yourself so hungry that that's all you do?
It's by pure, I've said it and people don't like when I say it, pure stupidity. Pure stupidity, right? I was stupid enough to succeed.
But what exactly that means?
I was stupid enough to do it and hope it works. Like, once you've succeeded, right? People will say, oh, you weren't stupid, you were smart. But until you succeed, you have to depend on your stupidity. Like, you are stupid enough to know it will work. You get my point?
Yeah, I think I do. But then how do you break out of your comfort zone? I think that's my biggest thing.
But now, comfort zone is a completely different thing.
Yeah, I think that's my huge issue, because I've been in different countries as well, but I feel that I found myself creating a different comfort zone on wherever I am, and it takes me a really small period of time to create my comfort zone, and then it's very hard to get out of it. Like, my adaptability is very high, but the moment I get in the comfort zone, it's impossible to get out of it.
Yes. Look, back in the day when I just started to make money, I had another job that was sustaining me, right? And then I had 2 sources of income. And I knew the only way for me to grow now is by killing that other source. I needed to kill it so I could take it seriously. Because when you know that the food is coming on the table, or when you know that it doesn't matter if you do it or you don't do it, you get my point?
That's the problem. I think I'm relying a lot on my savings from back when I was working as a manager, and now that I took everything with me and I'm rent-free, I really don't give a single fuck about anything. Because no matter what I'm doing, I know I have a food, house, and everything I need. And also the money from the savings.
I'm fixing your problem. I'm fixing your problem right now. Yeah, don't worry, Nick. I was unavailable.
Yeah,
Kian,
so he can't take it right now. Okay, that's fine.
Nick's currently got an issue. He's got a mindset issue because he's relying heavily on his savings. Can you please have a call with him? And I don't know. I'm sure you can figure something out. Nick, how much do you have in savings? Give or take?
I don't know, 6-7K.
6,000-7,000. Now, can you put that into context and just, can you figure out a plan for him, a custom plan for him? Thank you. Kian's very good at this one. So he'll be in touch with you. Wonderful. Ethan. But before that, Nick, you're fucked as long as you have those savings.
So would you say you just okay, fair enough. Can I invest these savings in myself and in my business to generate more business and generate more money?
I will schedule a call with you to tell you how to do it because you're gonna fuck it up and you're just gonna burn money.
Yeah, I was already in a process of hiring appointment setters. Just
we'll have a follow-up call. I'll tell you what to allocate.
Okay.
Yeah. But I want to let you know we're allocating it all in one day. This is gonna be a quick allocation. Cash is about to leave your fucking bank. Ethan.
So, like, as far as mindset, like you say, you have to dedicate everything to one thing in order to succeed. And like,
no, depends what level you want to succeed at.
Mm-hmm.
And all of you want to succeed, even though you don't act that way, at the highest level. So to hit the highest level, you must do what others are unable to do.
Mm-hmm. I guess I just have doubts that I can even do it with like all the different things I'm juggling.
No, but it's nothing to do with that. You have to be stupid enough to believe that the odds are in your favor as long as you never stop. Like, I genuinely did the maths, and in my dumb ass, I'd be like, you know what? I can fail 1,000,000 times, genuinely. And I'm dumb enough to fail 1,000,000 times because I know at one point, no matter how stupid I am, I will succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so happy living on noodles. Like, I can live on noodles comfortably. I can generally live on noodles, beans, and eggs. Nothing else is needed. I can eat the same food on repeat. And I'm stupid enough to keep going and keep failing and keep hitting my head because I'm that stupid until it works.
But I feel like I don't have that right now. Like, I just, like, if it gets too hard, like, I quit. But then I look at other areas of my life and I can see where that doesn't happen. So it's like,
you have to put yourself in a position where you have no options.
Mm-hmm. And like, even though, to be honest, like, even though I do kind of put myself in some of those positions, like I am right now, like, I still am like not caring. Like, I literally have like a lot of money on like a purchase that I have to pay back. So it's like, yeah.
But then you're fucked because you're not doing what you know you need to do.
Yeah.
But now, why?
Laziness and like.
Who are you to be lazy? You really think you deserve to be lazy?
What do you mean by that?
What would your kids say if they saw you now? What would your wife say if she saw you now?
Yeah, they'd be like, no, they'd be like, what the heck? Like, that's not the person that we know. Or
so what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's embarrassing. Is it not?
Say again?
Let's have a call after this and we can discuss. Because we can go into your brain and fuck around.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I need to say stuff to you that I can't say in a public call. Fadi, I'm so happy to be back to you. And let's hope it doesn't accidentally mute again.
No, I just unmuted. It's not strictly mindset, but it is kind of concerned. And just the other guy just mentioned the thing about LinkedIn automation, and I really want to know about the subject because I've done it and I've got my most scheduled appointments based off it. But then I've realized, like, yo, it's just like it's not LinkedIn friendly. Like, it's not into their privacy policy. Like they strictly go against the automation and any softwares that does send messages on automated timings and stuff like that. And that messed up with my brain and let me quit it for good. How should I think about the subject?
Why do you give a shit about the fucking terms and conditions?
I don't know. I think I went extremely kind of legal.
What do you mean legal?
I don't know.
It's not illegal. There is no punishment that you can face except they're going to lock your account and then you can just make a new account. I myself have permanently disabled multiple people's LinkedIn's account because I said to them, can I please borrow it? Yes. There is no repercussion. Remind me, you converted to Catholicism, didn't you?
What's that?
Are you a Catholic?
Oh no, I was born and raised Muslim, but I'm a
No.
follower of Jesus.
And you're not Catholic?
No.
What are you?
I don't know. I think because we do have some Christian people in the family, but I'm not sure. Yeah, they're probably Catholic.
Stop giving a shit about what LinkedIn tells you. It's fucking benign. Turn back on the automations and start booking appointments. Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Alberto. So, Dimitri.
Yeah, so my question is about cold calling. I just want to ask you how to have this kind of constancy to reaching the same amount that you have, for example, goal 500, and one day you can do it, but the other day you can like have free sales call, and would be like the problem because you spend time on the sales calls, get distracted.
But then you can't do that. You have to be logical.
So,
yeah.
What do you recommend to do in this way? Like, if, for example, I have a goal for the day it's 500, and in the week is 2500. So how can I like reach this goal without? If I would, yeah.
I would recommend remove the number goal and swap it with times, right? So do this, right? Figure out your complete calendar. Yes, based on your calendar, allocate a set amount of hours that you will do cold calling for. Do it based on an hourly, and take note that for every one sales call that you take, it reduces it by 1 hour. Does that make sense?
So if I book the call, it's...
So if you take a call, it's 1 hour less that you have to do that week to your target. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. But the thing with this time, it's like I can do, my work can be not efficient. Yes, I will do, for example, with the counting.
No, efficiency has got nothing to do with it, because the efficiency is dependent on how your calling goes. That's efficiency. As long as you keep calling, that's perfectly fine. And take note, when you have sales calls, you cannot do as much calling. If you've got a back-to-back 9 calls and they all show up, how the fuck are you going to call anybody? You're not, are you?
Yep.
And what you want to do, add all these hours into random parts of the day that you can't do. That doesn't make sense. You have to be logical.
Okay.
Yeah. Morty, please speak with us all.
Yeah. So whenever I, for example, hop off these calls in the evening, right? I feel like my mindset is pretty clean. I guess it's your influence. Or I guess I'm more in like work mode.
Yeah.
But when I wake up, it's like completely gone, and I think about random shit again and stuff like that.
I was speaking to Kian. How often I do it may change, and if it works, it works. I'm thinking to give you guys an audio track of Ismael Aziz's motivation.
That'd be awesome.
A nice 30-minute audio track on why you guys are cucks and how you need to stop being cucks. You know? How your lineage is dependent on your success. Like a nice audio track for you guys to listen to. Yeah? If you guys want alarm clocks, I can organize it. Yeah? This is why you will be a failure like your father, like your grandfather and all the forefathers before you. This is why you shouldn't reproduce, because you're still in bed, aren't you? Struggling to wake up. It's too difficult. If you want, I can make a beautiful alarm clock and thing in the morning. Would that make a difference?
Yeah, it would be worth a try.
Yeah. And whenever you feel like shit, it'll be my voice reminding you. Yeah. Wonderful. 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 I think it'd be very beneficial. But that doesn't answer your question. What was your question?
Basically, whenever I wake up again, my mind is off work again. And it's like hard to get back into or focus on it.
You have to disconnect motivation and work. You shouldn't be working because you're motivated. You need to work because you need to work. You need to go deeper into your why. Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. But like, I'm guessing, aren't you like in the work state in that? I don't know, I guess it's not really flow, but 24/7.
There's only one thing that takes me away from work, and it's one of my hobbies. Only thing that takes me away from work. Other than that, I'm 24/7 work.
Yes.
Those who have met me understand how far, like, Ethan and Max, does it take me completely away from work?
Yeah.
Other than that, 24/7 work, right? But you also have to recognize a lot of my work is in my brain. Yeah, Moti, I recommend this. Right, every day when you wake up, write down what happens if you had what would happen if you had your best day today continuously, and what would happen if you had a bad day continuously, and write the effects of what that would be. Make sense? Like if I
what it would be if I had bad days every day.
Yes.
Okay.
And recognize that today is one of those days. And write down the worst case scenario. Right? And then the best case scenario with you working every day. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Gru.
Why did you start in agency space? What was your why?
I don't care what I do.
So
if there's an opportunity to make money handling people's shit that comes out their toilets, Mr. Guru, I am the connoisseur of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I just like money, and I like the concept of money and how to make money.
So that's your only motivation? Just making more money?
But it's not money. It's not the money. It's the making of the money that motivates me.
So the process of making money.
Yes.
Interesting. So because I was wondering, because you've mentioned the why, I was thinking why I'm doing this, what I'm doing. And I was like, I don't know. And honestly, I was curious. What was your reason?
No, but the whys always change. I work for legitimately no reason now. Like, I have no reason to work.
And even when you started, you also haven't any reason, just I want to make money?
Well, no, I needed money. Right? I'll give Kian as an example. Kian at one point in his life needed money. Right? He's now in a position where the reason he wants to make even more is so that he can have a dealer that brings weekly the local truffle from the market. So he can be up to date on all the local truffle. So he wants a truffle dealer. He wants a water dealer so he can get the top quality water. He was telling me on how there's differences in water and that he needs a dealer for water, because apparently that's a thing. Yeah. and he needs the people to come around with all the options that he can get. Yes. Do you believe back in the day, his why was to get a truffle dealer?
I don't think so.
Yes. Your why will always change, but you need to understand what your why is now and where it comes from.
Now and what comes from. So basically, why changes? In the beginning, Kian needed money, but after some time, his why has been changed.
I'll give an example. Some of you here want to retire your parents. Let's say you retire your parents. That why is now disappeared. You need a new why. Yeah, for me, it's a fascination on how money works, because money confuses me.
So is there any reason that why can be outside of just money? I'm a little bit confused.
Money is but a tool that you utilize. That's it. Like, if you collect money just to collect money, just to put it in a pot, doesn't make sense. Like, if you generally make, like, let's say you live in a square, let's say a trailer, you live in a trailer, and then you start making money, and you do nothing with the money, and you just keep making more money, more money, more money, and you're not changing how you live in the trailer, nothing's happening, your bank account's just growing. I would consider you to be a very strange person.
That's me.
Okay.
That's what I've done in the past. Exactly.
But then collect as much as you can collect, then if that's your why.
But I don't feel it's strong why. The reason...
Well, yeah, because it's fucking useless. You're just collecting for no fucking reason.
Yeah, that's what I've done. That's why I'm asking. What would you say?
I cannot decide your why because I don't know your circumstances.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to
However, I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the way to make the sense to doing what I'm doing.
Okay, nice and easy. Write down what you would do if you had $1 million cash.
Million cash?
Generally, in detail, write down what you would do and why you would do it. And keep going further into the why, and then see the commonalities between all the spending. Granted, what you would do would be very different to what you would do now, because who you would be at that time is not who you are today, but that can give you some idea of your why. Make sense?
So what would I do if I have 1 million in cash? Why in debt?
Yes.
That's it.
Yes, and why would you do that?
Okay, because honestly, it's very strange because I'm a logistician and I'm a very hardworking person.
Wonderful. Ryoko.
Hi. I wanted to ask about pricing in sales call. It's
about what?
for Medspar. I wanted to ask about pricing in sales call. Is it based on the turnover or is
Your
there
price?
like a minimum? Yeah,
Your pricing or their pricing?
my person.
It's based on value, so you need to know the lifetime value of a customer and what that means to them. And then you take a chunk of it. So you don't do it based on your hours. There's two ways to do it. Let me pull this up. Wonderful. Oh, I have my board open. 1 second. So there's two ways to look at it, right? Granted, you need one definitely, yeah? So let's say the lifetime value of a customer is 5,000, right? In Medspar, yeah? You'll think, cool. Realistically, let's say 2,000 of it is going to go to expenses because the expenses are spread through all the customers. Let's say they clear over a period of 2 years, 3,000 from that customer. That is the net. You're going to think, cool, how much can I take off this customer? And they're not going to be pissed at me. Let's say 500. All right, oh, not 500. And when they say, why do you charge so high? Say you charge based on lifetime value. Make sense?
Wait,
Now-
can you say again? Wait.
So The med spa charges Amy $50 to get lip filler, right?
Mm.
But Amy is going to get it over the period of 2 years. She's going to get, let's say, 20 more sessions, right? So it's 50 times 20 is how much she's going to spend. But she's also going to get Botox, most likely, based on customer data. Over here, she's going to spend, let's say, 800 over a period of 2 years, right? And then we've got facials, and she'll spend 1,000 on facials, right? But let's just say it's 1,800. So all of this maths together, so that's 3,000, 4,000, 5,800 is how much Amy spends. She came in the first day, only spent $50. But we know that that customer is going to, in total, over a period of 2 years, spend $5,800. Make sense?
Yeah.
So when you bring Amy, you're not bringing $50, you're bringing $5,800. So you don't charge based on the $50, you charge based on the $5,800. So you can take anywhere between 10 to 30% depending on the business, and they'll have no issues. Make sense? So, and that's what you decide your pricing based off of.
Okay. So,
Right?
so
And-
I'll be calculating based on their services.
Yes. But it's not necessarily off their services, it's based off the lifetime value of a customer.
Okay. But it's really dependent on how much they would spend, right? Like each customer.
Yes.
Like,
Now,
just like,
if they're in the Bronx versus Beverly Hills, right, the pricing is going to be completely fucking different.
Mm.
What that tells us is we know where to target, but also there'll be different pricing depending on where they are. Because you'll get away with charging Beverly Hills more because you'll make them more per customer versus in the Bronx. Granted, I'm doing a stereotype, never been to the fucking Bronx, never been to Beverly Hills. But you get my point.
okay, so in the process of qualification question, are we just calculating based on the average like price spending?
Yeah, yes. But you have to see it's all about value, right?
Mm.
How much am I bringing them? Right? So this is you, this is your client. How much in dollar value am I bringing them? Let's say it's $3. I want one of those dollars. But now, why do we want one of those dollars? Because we want 3 clients. Right? There's some of these. Make sense?
Okay.
The agency model is
how
not
many-
built off one client, it's built off multiple clients.
Okay. So that would be like basic retainer based on lifetime value.
Yes, there's multiple ways to structure it, but you have to look at how much you're going to make them and how much are you going to charge them. As an example, if you know like, you are guaranteeing and you know that you'll bring them 20 appointments, yeah, you can decide your retainer based on what 20 appointments will bring, based on their show-up rates, closing rates, and you'll know how much that will make them, and based on that, you can know how much to charge as a retainer, and you can justify it.
Okay. I thought in real estate it is normally 5 to 10 appointment or 5 to 10 buyer seller. But how many appointments is normal in med spa to bring a client?
Ethan, assuming you do your work, how many appointments?
Yeah, depends on the service a lot because some services are $100, some are $500, but 10 to 15 appointments a month if you're consistently calling.
Okay.
If it's a lower end service like a facial, you could get 30 in a month, but you probably won't be selling that.
Okay. So the best way I would assume is
Yeah.
10 to 15.
No. Assume less. Don't assume the most, assume the least. I would say work with 10, right? Do it with 10 appointments, right? And blow them out the water. Get a nice testimonial and make your clients happy, because as long as your clients are happy, they'll pay you. Because you have to remember, this model is not based on one client, right? It's based on having 10 clients.
Okay.
And the med spa is fucking, sorry, I need to swear. Med spa is very easy to automate. Very easy. Calling is not complex. It just requires calling. It's low ticket, so the likelihood that people will buy, very high. Or much higher than, let's say, in real estate.
Okay. Would you still recommend the qualification process after Facebook ads?
Yes, 100%. Ethan, could you do shit without the qualifying aspect on the med spa?
Nah, no, there's so many people that don't answer that are like,
No. Unless you made it low ticket. But there's no point in that.
Wait, so if they come to the Facebook and then they click on it and then I call, but they said, no, I'm actually not that interested. They say like that, or they don't even pick up.
Yes, you get both.
Okay.
But from 100 people, right, you need 10 people to say yes. And then you fit your criteria. And then money is made. You expect people to say no, and you expect people to not show up. That's normal.
Okay.
Oh, Fadi, we're celebrating Christmas, are we? This is a Muslim community. We're all Muslim on these calls. Yes? We do not support this behavior. MashaAllah, alhamdulillah. Yeah. Endurance.
So, what should we do during the 21st to the 2nd, since we can't work, to like stop, to not regress? No, but like, okay.
That will keep you busy to shit. Making presentations, calculating different offers, doing your niche research, pre-building ads, scraping leads.
Okay.
The fact is, the people won't do this. But endurance. If you spent the whole month, the whole holiday season doing niche research, how much of a difference is that going to make to your closing?
Very big, very big.
But now, what is the likelihood you're going to do it?
I'll do it.
Okay. Let's see.
Do.
Wonderful. Aslan.
In the book Courage to Be Disliked, there's a topic regarding seeing people as comrades. I saw it a bit naive at the beginning, but then I just reflected and saw it as just don't judge people. What are your thoughts?
So you must see every human as a comrade.
Yes.
It depends what you want from life. It doesn't take that into consideration. If you're a 9-to-5er, perfect. See everyone as your comrade. Be good and hope people are good to you. Now, to this extent, I would say, first goal, remove. Right? Remove the like toxic people. Toxic. Yeah, or NPC. All these people, fucking remove them. Right? Surround yourself by entrepreneurs and recognize that they're your comrades. Right? The way that I see this, there's a guy I know, I won't name him. Yeah. I don't class him as competition, but he's in the space, he's very big. He's making 1.3 mil, monthly. Right? I can see him as I can hate him, but I'll give him a call. How's everything? Because I recognize the better he does, the better I do, because that's how life works. When he can break through ceilings, that tells me my ceilings. When I break through ceilings, it tells him his ceilings. Same with another guy that I bumped into this weekend, right? Knew him from a long time ago. I knew him when I was getting started in this, and he was getting started. This was years back, bumped into him. The more we speak like comrades, the better we will do. Because the market is in the millions. Yeah. No one's touching the market. You get my point?
Yeah, because this was extremely naive for me to read it, to see everyone as a comrade, because there are so many NPCs and toxic people.
No, those need to be removed. But it's because of what you're trying to do. You get my point?
Because what?
Because of what you're trying to achieve.
Mm-hmm. Okay, understood.
As an example, I would say everyone on this call, you can see as your comrade. Because the better they do, there's an argument, the better you do. Right? Let's say Leo starts signing, right? You can give him a call. How's everything? Get chatting and like mind meld to an extent. And to that, from that point, see it as comrades. No matter what happens, there's in no country is Leo taking enough clients that it's going to affect your business. Impossible. Impossible. So he's not an enemy. You get my point?
Yes, thank you.
Leo?
Yes, I had a question regarding cold calling specifically. So the problem is there's, I believe, two reasons why I don't do cold calling. First of all, I make it up in my head it's worse than it actually is. But when I do it, it's not that bad. And I've done cold calling a lot in the past, but I've stopped because I believe it's not productive because I don't see results yet from taking the sales course. So I don't have any results, money. So I don't like I see it as wasting time doing like 2, 3, 4, 5 hours of cold calling to book in like 1, 2 meetings if I know they're not gonna result in anything. So I prefer using those 5 hours, for example, to read because I will learn something.
Those of you who've known Leo for a while, raise your hand if you've seen a drastic improvement in his sales calls. You may see yourself as a one-testicled ape that wasn't able to grow hair and is destined for virginity. But others see hope in you. Right? I'll say this one. Ethan, did I speak to you highly about Leo?
Yes.
Right? But specifically Leo.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
But Leo, if you stop doing your calling, everything that I said goes to shit. Because you decided to stop growing. It's a process. The second you decide to stop, you're fucked.
No, it's not stopping. It's just that I feel at the time I'm investing in cold calling, I'm learning nothing, which I could invest in actually learning stuff because I'm so young and don't know shit if I invest the time in learning.
Sales schools. You're developing through sales schools. And you have to have the attitude, especially, I don't say all of you, I'm so stupid, it will work. Even if it doesn't work, I'm too stupid to stop. I generally had people say to me, Ismael, why are you still going? And I said, because I'm too stupid to stop. And now they say to me, it wasn't stupid that you didn't stop. It's convenient that you say that now. It's not what you said before.
Yeah.
You have to keep going. Guru.
Basically, you've mentioned that during the time of Christmas, because some people have holidays, Basically, we can learn about niche, the stuff which is not prospecting sales related. I am curious, what are your thoughts and observations? What kind of close rate we can get after this mentoring program? Because you've mentioned 30% or something like this.
Realistically?
Yes, average student after 6 months.
Are we saying that people who do their work?
Yes.
20%.
30%.
20.
Yeah. That's the average.
I would say. Thing is, the second you get to closing, you will close comfortably.
What do you mean the second?
It's a shift in mindset. Like there's a massive shift that occurs in mindset when you're like, fuck, I can get this done.
So after closing second client, it goes?
Not necessarily. It depends on the person, because some people, Mr. Guru, sign clients and then say it doesn't work even though it works. And
yes, because it can be statistically one of million situation.
Yes, but the fact is there was once a time where out of 10, it was 0. I'll paint this picture for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me show my screen. You have to understand that it works like this. Yeah. And it's all about numbers, right? Let's say this is the scale. Yep. This is 1,000 sales calls taken, right? 50. You didn't close any in 50. Well, let's say you closed 1 towards the end, right? And then up to 100. Yeah, but let's even say 2, right? That's a decent increase. Let's say now 200. $300. Now you have rhythm. You get my point?
Mm-hmm. So after time, closing becomes easier, basically.
Like everything. Verbatim, like everything you do. Now, life is unfair. Life is not fair. Some people will kick it off here. And then all of a sudden, right? And they may hit the point where they know that they can close and they fix their mindset, and it's closing season. Yeah. But then after this, I'll tell you one of the pitfalls many people face. But you also have to recognize it's not about this. It's about who can eat shit the longest. Because at one point, everyone will be great. Some people just take longer than others due to their upbringing, due to their personality types, due to multiple variables. But everyone hits it at the end. And this was my point when I started. No matter how stupid I am, or how dumb I am, or how many mistakes I make, I will outwork my competition. I don't care. I don't care how long it takes. I'll outwork them. That was my attitude, because that's all that is required for success. To be dumb enough to never give up and to outwork people. Doesn't matter if people have advantages. Doesn't matter if people speed things up. It's about outworking your competition and going the long haul. Does that make sense?
So isn't about also improving? If you see someone's doing better, it makes sense actually to see.
No, because you don't know why they're improving. You don't know what happened in the past that puts them at an advantage. It's their life is fucking irrelevant to yours. Why do you give a shit? Because they don't give a shit about you. It's your journey. If it takes you longer, it takes you longer. That doesn't fucking matter. You don't know. I've said this many times. You don't know what good comes from bad and what bad comes from good. I like it when things go bad because I know good is destined. I'm not always comfortable with good shit happening because I'm like, fuck, what bullshit am I about to deal with? When my life is too good on repeat, I get shook. I'm like, fuck, something's coming up. Some cunt of the thing is about to hit me like a sack of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When my life is too, everything is going wonderfully, wonderfully. Yeah? And this has happened recently to me, where Everything was dainty, not a trouble in the sky. Everything that comes my way, I defeat with ease. And then I was like, something beautiful is brewing to try to fuck with me. Yes? And then all of a sudden, from I think 5 points in the world, all my problems attempted to gang up on me. Obviously, they will not defeat me. Right? But too much good is followed by bad, and bad is followed by good. And you have to recognize that. And both good and bad are benign. It's like people see it the wrong way when they say, just because something's bad doesn't mean, like they only focus that there's light after the cloud. Right? After the darkness is light. The silver lining to the cloud, whatever shit. They see it the wrong way because it's saying that life is only dependent on good. So all the emphasis is on the good, but you need equal emphasis from good to bad and bad to good. When you recognize that from bad comes good and the silver linings, just because it's sunny for a while doesn't mean there's about to be a fucking storm. You get my point?
Yes, I get it.
And once you see it that way, it gets much easier to process because when good shit happens, you don't give a shit because you know it's going to be followed by bad shit. And to the same extent, when bad shit happens, you're not too fast because good shit's going to follow, making it all fucking benign.
So it's about being stoic, basically.
To an extent, yes. It's a stoic way to view things. But it's recognizing I've got the hottest chick in the party and she might cheat on me. Wonderful. Make sense?
Yes, appreciate.
Yes, endurance, yes, reducing importance. Good is not required. Yeah, if anything, encourage bad because in bad you grow. You don't grow for shit in good. When everything's good, it's like useless. You need shit to hit the fan for you to develop. That's why I encourage taking on pain. Isaac.
So I have two questions. First one, can I talk to you like 5 minutes after the call? Yeah, okay. And second one, when it comes to my circle and the people like that surround me, obviously nearly all people are also like 15, 16, maybe 17.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to surround myself with people that are competent in their field, because I remember that you once said that you like people that are competent.
Yes.
Not specifically in business, but just in their own field. You like people that are confident.
One advantage I recommend to anyone age 16 and under, anytime you see someone with a Ferrari, Lamborghini, or any supercar, go up to them and say, hey, I want to be like you. Can we have coffee? Right? They will, and state your age loud and clear. Yep. They will give you coffee. Don't go to their house. Yes. Don't do any dumb shit or you're going to end up kidnapped. Be smart about it, but utilize your age as an advantage. It works. As an example, one kid came up to me and he was like, hey, I want to learn from you. I said, cool. 6 a.m. Meet me at the sauna. The fuck didn't meet me. Obviously didn't wake up, the lazy shit. Right? But happy, like, that's what I would recommend.
Okay. Thanks.
Yes, yes. Paulina, my love.
So I feel that something that I need, like, to be able to stick to something is to feel the pressure by having like deadlines or some like a goal that I have to reach or something. But it's kind of hard since there's like not an actual goal. There's like a final why for why you're doing like all of this, but there's not like a set in stone goal. So I don't know what kind of goals or deadlines I can set for myself that are realistic so that I can like hold myself accountable for doing the work.
You do the maths and you do the maths backwards. I need to make X by this period. To make X, I need this many sales calls. To do this many sales calls, I got to do this much cold calling. And now you have a time. And the time is connected to the money that you need to make. If you want, find a nice Hispanic girl who can't afford anything and tell her, on this date, I'm going to buy you this. Make sure that this is outside your budget. Right? And make it a girl that you feel really bad for. And she's going through shit. Her parents can't afford anything. Right? And promise her that you're going to do it. And then shit yourself and get it done.
Okay.
Leo.
Yeah, it was just a question about again cold calling. So exactly. The problem is necessity, like pain. When I'm trying myself to put myself into pain, the problem is I can only limit. I know I have always like parents to fall back to, so I'm not in like I have to get my sales call and I have to make money to survive. It's not that bad. And the problem is because I'm in pain, but not that bad in pain, then I just feel shit over myself. And in the end, I don't even do the shit. So I feel shit and I don't do shit. So would you recommend it's a wrong approach?
I'll make you a custom alarm clock. Does that work? I'll make you a custom audio.
I
Yeah?
love that.
Wonderful.
Play it on repeat.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Dimitri and then Ryoko, and then I've got to fuck off to a meeting, and then I'll speak to Ethan and Isaac after. Ryoko.
So my last question, just a quick about email. I want to do outreach on email. Then I saw your presentation slide. It said about case study. So right now I don't have the case study yet. What would you recommend to put in between the last two sentences?
For which point? No, on the email, make the focus, right? You can make up whatever fucking case study you want. Yeah. But make the focus on getting them onto a call so you can show them your process.
Okay, so something to make them interested in getting on a call.
Yes.
So would that be pain point?
Yeah, pain point, also solution selling. So pain point and solution selling.
Okay. So if it's the customer acquisition that I'm aiming to solve the problem, that I could just say, are you looking to get more client or looking to scale or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you.
But put your email put the email that you want to write on the school, and then we'll shit on it. But also with email, you have to recognize that you need 8 follow-ups. The money for emails is in the follow-up, it's not in the first message.
Okay, just send one time and then 8 time follow-up and then automated on go high level, would you say?
Multiple ways to automate it, but you need to pre-warm up emails.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've done warm up email, so I think I can just send it. Okay.
Automated is fine, but make sure you do it correctly. Put it on, and then we'll shit on it. Dimitri?
Yes, so you say that the people from this program not our enemies, right? In terms of business.
No.
Yeah, but I had the situation when I called the prospect, and he mentioned that he booked a call with one guy from this program, and what I should do in this way. And he asked me in kind of way I can't how to say, I can't tell him that he can do a call with me, but not with this guy.
No, but then you have to use common sense. As an example, we give you guys presentations. Don't fucking, you can copy paste the presentation, yes. But when you copy paste, recognize the other lazy person also copy paste. And 2 lazy people have same presentation. Same with scripts.
Yeah, I understood, but what I should do in this way?
Adjust. Speak to a Conrad, and say, how can we change this? How can we be different? Everyone else is the same. What can we do? And then you can bring it to us, and we'll review it, and then you can run with it.
Okay.
Wonderful. Guys, that's all the questions, but fuck it. Igor, Arslan, and then we're done. Igor.
Can I also speak after?
Perfectly fine. Arslan.
Yeah, the same.
Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been amazing. This one. Oh, wonderful.